Welcome, guys. It's Cee-N-Jay here again, and today we are going to be learning how to make 3D designs. You saw that plantain that you saw there? It's very, very, very important. I mean, for this kind of work, you need to be using something to clear eyes. Okay, so what you first saw was a crinoline, followed by the shiny net, and it was cut in the pattern of leaf, so that I'll be able to get the design that I want to get. Okay, now I'm just cutting out my leaf pattern to make a very beautiful wedding dress that you're going to see in the course of the video. So I'm just taking my time cutting it out to give it a beautiful shape, and you can see that I'm adding the crinoline in between the shiny net that I cut. I cut the shiny net into two pieces. So I'm just putting the crinoline in between that to give it a good structure. In the video, I'll show you a proper video of crinoline. Now, you don't always have to use cup chain. You can use a sequence fabric. Just trim out the sequence in it, the stripe of sequence in it, and there you go, you have your cup chain, right? Your improvised cup chain. So we have to economize in everything we are doing. You don't have to just keep on spending money, because the after effect of this cup chain was very beautiful. It was very, very beautiful. So you can just use your glue to glue it all around the petal shape, or the shape of the leaf, whatsoever shape you want to get, whatsoever effect you are hoping to get. You just tape it round. Though I couldn't get a picture of the fabric, but you are going to see it somewhere in this video. So I just used it to go round the leaf to give it that 3D design. In this video, I did not use this I didn't use the copper wire. You're going to see the copper wire. I didn't use the copper wire for the leaf because I don't want that kind of effect. Now in this place, I'm just showing you how to use the sequence that you've cut out, how to use it on the both side, so it will just have the same look on the both side. But I didn't really want that look. Depends on the kind of look you are going for. You see how beautiful it's already coming out. You see how it's already looking. Everything is looking good. Now you can see on the upper part of this video, you can see some stripe of material, and that arrow, you can see some stripe of material that I cut out. I cut it out from that fabric there. Yes, that's what I used to improvise to make this beautiful 3D effect, and I'm adding it to the cape of my wedding gown dress, and you see the after effects. Now what I'm just adding now is the wire works that I did. I couldn't cover that part of the video, but if you want it, you can just request for it, and I'm going to make a video on that. So yes, this is my copper wire, and I'm just showing you how to add it to your 3D design if you want it in your own design whatsoever that you are doing. But for myself, I didn't want it, so I did not use it. I didn't use it. So I just love the look that it was already giving me. So but before you use, if you want to use it, you are going to put it underneath, then use this our improvised cup chain. You're going to use it to cover the copper wire. Now this is the look. This is the look when we were done. I finished adding my wire works. I've added a 3D design, done everything, and the dress was beginning to give. Was beginning to give. Oh, it should give. Oh, look at my beautiful, beautiful, beautiful bride. Oh my gosh. She looked so beautiful. She was just glittering. Okay, so we move on to the next one. This is a 3D design that I made for another bride, and I cut this in a flower shape. And this is the pattern that I'm using for the 3D design. Okay, so this is my cup chain. We are all conversant with cup chain. For this, I used the real cup chain. So, but if you want to improvise, like we said, you can use a sequence fabric. So this is our soldering iron. We are going to use this to cut out our pattern from the material that we'll use for our 3D. Okay, so this is our glue, but we won't be using this glue for this particular 3D design. We'll be using this instead, the glue gun. That's what we are going to be using instead, the hot glue. Okay, so this is our organza. This is our organza fabric. I use this organza because instead of using nets, I'd rather use the organza. The organza gives thicker, the organza is thicker, and also this this is our crinoline mesh, and this crinoline mesh bounces. That's how you know that it's the right thing that you're supposed to use it for 3D designs, and it gives a very beautiful structure to your design. So, and of course we need our scissors. Okay, I've, first of all I placed my organza before I place the crinoline fabric on it. Afterwards, I placed my organza over it again to cover the both sides, so that we'll have the organza on the other side and the crinoline mesh in between, and also our organza on the other side. Now, having done this, we'll need our office pin, because that's what we use to hold down the three different materials. Without that, we won't be able to hold them down. So we're going to use this to pin the three materials down. We're going to use it to pin the three fabrics down. So, and that's just what I'm doing here. Like I said, I'm using this organza because it gives a thicker feel, and net will be too light, especially because the color that I'm using is contrasting with the color of the crinoline. So if I use royal blue net, it's going to show. Okay, so I'm just pinning it down. I'm trying to make everything to be stable. We don't want any lump. Now I've brought back my pattern, my flower pattern, and I just want to pin it down also, so that when I'll use my when I'll use my soldering iron to trim it out, it will just move smoothly. I won't have to struggle with the crinoline mesh and the organza, and also with the pattern. Everything will just move smoothly. So I've done that. I've pinned them down, and I want to plug in my soldering iron, and that's just what I'm doing here. You have to be very careful with the soldering iron because of the iron parts. These parts can be very hot, can be very hot. You don't even place it on a wooden surface or a surface that it can damage. Just put it on its own. Let it just stay, maybe on a metal or on a wooden surface that you don't really need anymore. You can condemn. You can see some burn on my wood. That burn is from the soldering iron. Okay, now I'm just going to use the soldering iron to cut out the pattern of the flower, which is what I'm doing now. I'm just using my soldering iron to cut out the pattern of the flower. I'm cutting the three together so that the soldering iron can also melt the crinoline and the organza together, so the three can become one. And that's just what I'm doing, cutting them out, just gradually cutting them out, making sure I'm not cutting on the table so that I don't damage the table, because this thing is very, very hot. Once it touches the table, it's going to damage the table. So I'm just making sure that I cut it out very well, making sure that I get the pattern right, making sure that everything is coming out very well. So I would quickly say, if you are using crinoline of this color, you don't have to use organza. If you don't want the shiny effect of organza, you can use an ordinary net, because there are different colors of crinoline mesh in the market. So I couldn't get that, so I just used the one available. So if you can get the exact color, by all means use it. Okay, here I'm just adding my glue so that I can use my cup chain to beautify our 3D flower. Okay, so I'm just adding the glue all around the body of the flower, just to add to the beauty, just to make it beautiful, so it can give us that 3D design that we want, that beautiful finish that we want. So I'm just carefully doing it, because one thing with this glue, it can be very, very, very tricky. Can leave can leave some white stains on your material, or on your pattern, your design, whatever you are using it for, and you don't want that. So you have to be very careful while using this glue gun. It adheres quickly, it dries quickly, and that's why you have to be fast, and at the same time be very, very, very careful with it. You can add 3D designs to any part of your any part of your dress. Okay, so I just use the scissors to cut where I don't need the cup chain in the design, and this is our 3D design. Okay, so what I just showed you now is our copper wire, and I'm going to use that copper wire to add some effects to this design. I don't want it to just be plain. Now this is called wire works. If you follow the video from the beginning to the end, you must have seen where I did some wire works in the wedding dress I made. And this is how you do some of those wire works. You just add your beads, cut out the quantity you need, quantity of the copper wire you need, add your beads to it, and then you twist it like so. Just make it beautiful depending on what you want, depending on the kind of look you want. You can make it double, you can make it triple, you can make it like the branches of a tree. So after you have secured it well, you would want to add a glue in the center part and cover with the cup chain, which is what I'm doing. So in that small circle of mine, I'm just going to add my wire work that I did, just to add to the beauty of my 3D design, to take it from level 0 to 100 ASAP. So you're gonna see why I do that. And this is me just adding my glue gun to it to secure it. I'm just pressing it down to secure it, to make sure that it stays. And it dries very fast. So in 2 seconds, 3 seconds, it's ready. So this is my design. This is my 3D design. Isn't it beautiful? You can turn it to whatever direction you want to turn it to. You can move it around in whatsoever way. So this is my beautiful bride. This is my beautiful bride when she came for her second fitting, and she loved her dress. So this is it, and this is her wedding day. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.